When Minnesota Vikings superstar edge rusher Danielle Hunter was in Manhattan this week getting a second opinion on his reported herniated disc in his neck, got me a little bit concerned. So let's go over the facts. Here's what we know. Reported as a herniated disc in the neck, and a herniated disc is when your spinal disc breaks and is leaking nucleus all over the place, which sounds unpleasant. It sounds less than ideal, right? And I decided to talk to a cervical doctor, a neck specialist, about this. Now, she was the doctor I went to a couple years ago when I was in a car accident, and I just decided to run a couple of questions by her and just get a general diagnosis about Danielle Hunter. Also, she asked for anonymity, so there we go. Wait, is it a he? I don't know, right? So obviously, she isn't Danielle's doctor, right? So she hasn't examined him personally. She doesn't have his chart, all of those things. So everything is, to a degree, speculation, but it's professional, specialized speculation. I mean, it's not like I'm asking my dentist about Danielle's neck, right? Or, I will trust her opinion just a little bit more than WebMD, right? Even though that's where we get all of our information, where it's like, oh, WebMD. It's SARS. Yeah, whatever. But also, she's worked with athletes before. Myself, one of them. Probably not. But no, she's worked with football players, soccer, hockey, etc. So she knows the drill when it comes to the level that an athlete actually has to be at to get back on the field or the rink or the ice or whatever. So number one thing, she said surgery is likely needed. Now, it's hard to treat a herniation satisfactory to play a sport like football, especially in this truncated amount of time. I mean, that's the season. It is what it is. No big deal. Even if the Vikings were being world beaters out there and in contention, I would still advocate, all right, Danielle, 1 year is not as important as the rest of your career, especially when he is so young. So just like, nah. And also, she mentioned that the higher up you go in terms of discs, from going from the bottom of your back, the lumbar area up towards the neck, the cervical area, it gets more. It gets more concerning, right? So herniated disc in your lower back, say like an L1 or an L5, it's whatever. Players have actually played through that before, and it's much more concerning as you get higher up, as you get closer to the the stem of the brain and your spinal column, etc. So like C4, C5, etc. Because there's a very high chance that could affect nerves. And also, when we point out Danielle Hunter was limping on the practice live stream that they did during training camp, she pointed out that there could be a pinched nerve or an affected nerve in that neck near the herniated disc that could lead to either pain or numbness in the legs that could facilitate that limp. So that's scary stuff, man. That's absolutely scary stuff. I mean, because nerves, if there is nerve damage, like that stuff does not regenerate like that. So that could be some time, but. Yeah. From 1979 to 2013, 53 players in the NFL have had herniated disc surgery, including Tony Romo, including J.J. Watt. Now, some people point out that J.J. Said that he played the 2015 season with a herniated disc, got off-season surgery, but that year he played every single game. He did lead the league in sacks with 17 and a half that year, but then they're like, oh, why can't Danielle do that? Well, one thing, so JJ's was apparently a lumbar injury. So again, like we said, a little bit less concerning as it is further down the neck or down the back. And Danielle's is, of course, that cervical injury. So again, the higher up you go, the more concerning it is. Back players have actually played with the herniated disc in the back before, as evidenced by J.J. Watt, as evidenced by Tony Romo. But as you get higher up, less than ideal. So then I asked her, bottom line, what are we looking at? And she said this, quote, if he, Danielle, were my patient, I would be concerned if it's not treated correctly this year that there could be complications in the future, the rest of his career, and also after his career. Surgery now and rehabilitation would cost him this football year, but could save the rest of his football career, end quote. So sort of where we're at right now, because as we point out, you don't get a second opinion unless you don't like the first opinion. So that's overall pretty concerning, but it is sort of what it is at this stage of the game, especially if the Vikings are in free fall mode. And nah. So Danielle, if it does come down to the surgery, it's great. So whatever, get yourself right, get ready for 2021, because I mean, dude has a long ass career ahead of him, and just sometimes you have to protect the player from himself, because I'm sure that Danielle would want to be out there trying to help his team and be there to fight with his guys, but if it's not in the cards this year, get the surgery, get revved up, ready to go. And again, with necks, you don't mess around with that. So that's where we're at. All right, so your thoughts. Danielle Hunter, oh boy, let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.